one more draftaroo for this evening, and hopefully some more free booster packs in a little bit. Some more winning. Fingers crossed. Draftaroo. Draftees. However you want to refer to it. Thanks everyone again who's hanging out, by the way. If you haven't already, do consider chucking us a follow. Everyone that follows the stream does definitely help out. Helps me be here more often, keep the lights on, keep growing, all that wonderful stuff. Alternatively, if you'd like to support us in any other way, subscriptions and donations both help my content directly. Everything goes back into the content, be it in equipment or in the form of purchasing cards. So every little helps. If you would like to support me in any way like that, that'd be great. Just waiting for this draft table to fill up. It was going ungodly slowly, and then suddenly was full. Went from being tedious to full. Perfect. Come on, C8, don't let me down. Come on, C8, not again. Thank you. Alright, Draftaroo. I was actually very unimpressed by this last draft. I just don't actually think Yanni's expertise is that good. I think it's fine, but it's been pretty lackluster in not being able to kill green creatures. I think Fairgrounds Warden might actually be the pick. Die Young's cool, Well-Fast Engineer is cool, Rhino is reasonable, but these are all like not first pickable. It's either expertise or Warden, and based solely on the fact that we've literally just had this in our last draft deck, and I don't think it was very good, I think I'm going to take the Warden instead. Vengeful Rebel, however, is quite good. Ether Chaser is nice, Welding Sparks is nice. Gearshift Ace is interesting, but you really need the vehicles first. If you get the vehicles and pick this up, then it's great. But Vengeful Rebel, pretty good. Happy to take it. This pack is honestly garbage, right? Like, this is awful. I'll take an Ace this time because there's literally nothing else I want. It's just not a good pack. Creeping Mold is not a best card. Please no. It is not great. So I could rare draft the Disallow because I'm a horrible human being. Or I could just take Ether Poisoner, which I'll have some restraint. I'll take the Poisoner, which I think is the best card here. It looks like we're ending up in black-white again, as things currently stand. But I like this card a lot. I think it's quite good. Making servos plays very well with Revolt and stuff. So I want this servo schematic, I think. Live Fast is fine. I think Requisitioner is cool, but you really need a very specific deck for it. This is just generally good. Plays very well with a lot of the artifact payoffs. Contraband Kingpin coming around so late is interesting. Is there a chance I'm meant to be the blue-black artifact deck? Like, I'll take this speculatively. Another Poisoner is much appreciated. Rebuke being here is interesting. But I'm happy to take a Poisoner. Like, Wardens is the only white card that I want right now. Like, that I'm actually happy to have. So, this is just kind of filler. So, there's a chance we end up moving to blue-black Artifactory. We'll see. Where's the glut of packs? Over here. So not too far away. I think Vengeful Rebel is underplayed in general. But Obama's hiding all the packs. Yes, he is. Slight played Obama hiding the packs. Weldfast Engineer, just straight up tables. Okay. Maybe we're Grixis artifacts. Maybe we're just red-black. I don't know yet. Gonna take this Renegade map. Renegade map is great. Can I get the Tezzeret back, please? You know, the Tezzeret that we couldn't play in the last deck? Can I get that this time? Would you mind awfully just passing that along for me? That'd be great. Just grab it from the last draft. Yeah, no one's gonna notice. It'll be fine. Just shift it on over into this draft for me, will you? Bit of a mixed bag of pack 1. Lots of playable cards, but a bit all over the shop. Gonna have to try and figure out where we actually want to end up. A little bit all over the place. Wrong Planeswalker, damn it. Dovin is not very good, and I was also not very impressed by it last time around. I'm probably going to take the Welding Sparks here. Maybe I should take the Filigree Familiar. Familiar is pretty good in either deck, even if we don't end up in red, but Sparks is pretty obscene as when it comes to red cards. I think it's kind of enough better than Filigree Familiar that I probably just kind of want to take it. Yeah, go on. That might be incorrect, but yikes. This did table last time. Maybe I'm just supposed to take the Die Young and hope that it tables again. Do you reckon it tables again, chat? I think this card is really good in general. You don't think it tables again? I'll trust you. I'll trust you. More Welding Sparks. Alright, this is shaping up okay now. Moving into red-black vehicles. More Welding Sparks. This is like red's best common, so 3 of these is dope. Please take a vehicle? Maybe. Let me see a reasonable one first. You can just play artifact creatures with this, so you can just make servos, and it works just fine. Or, you know, Thopters. You know what I'd really like? A Master Thopterist. Give me a Master Thopterist so I can tie this all together nice and tidy in a Grixis shell. I'll take that Fatal Push, please. Thank you kindly. Fatal Push, a pretty reasonable pickup. Wow, there's some gunk here. What does Trophy Mage do for me? Like nothing, right? It only gets 3s exactly. Yeah, so I'll take a Live Fast. There's a chance I play this if I need cards. I don't really want to. Red-black should be more aggressively slanted, but if we end up in Grixis, then it'll be fine. Really kind of want some of the playable artifacts now, though. Like... yeah, like there's definitely no reason to need to be Grixis, but I want to keep the option open because, you know, cards like Metallic Rebuke and the like are very good in the artifact shells. That being said, I think Salivating Gremlins is really quite solid in the red-black artifact deck too, so I'm just going to take that here. See, like Windkin Raiders with Improvise, for example, like this is a really good payoff for being blue, so... Cogweaver's Puzzle Knot versus another Gremlins. I kind of need some more artifacts here, honestly, but... I don't think Puzzle Knot is high enough value that I'm going to take it. This shouldn't still be here, so take that out of the pack. Don't think we're going to play it, but yeah, we're still a little bit all over the shop here. Weldfast Monitor is actually kind of fine. I don't really need any more 3s, though. Built to Smash is playable in a deck like this, maybe. This is gank. but maybe necessary if we're running out of artifacts. We got some really high power level stuff going on here, but we're also a bit all over the shop. Ether Chaser is a card that I would like at least one of, so very happy to pick up a Chaser here and get it into the deck. Think we're likely moving away from blue as things stand. Are we? Are we moving away from blue? Whirler Virtuoso versus second Ether Chaser. How much energy do I have? Not a ton outside of the Ether creatures. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be... I really want to take this, but I'm going to be good. I'm going to take the Ether Chaser. What does this do again? That's not easy to use. I think I'm taking Glimmer of Genius. There's nothing else in this pack for me. Like, I suppose Morphis Squad is fine. The Goggles is actually okay, right? I have Poisoners and Chasers. Okay, Goggles. I'll be good. I'll take Goggles over Glimmer. I might actually take Spire of Industry. Spire might let me splash lightly. Alright. Chandra's Revolution is too good to pass. We'll take that. I'll think a little more about this. If I get the Whirler, I want the Whirler. If the Whirler tables, I will be ecstatic. Otherwise, I probably don't splash. I think Weaponcraft Enthusiast is fine. Yeah, we're a little heavy on 3. But everything I want here is a 3, so... There's a chance I can play an Implement of Malice for filler. Yeah, but I think the 2 Ether Chasers, 2 Poisoners, like a very good solid start for red-black. Is Acquisitioner any good? It only cares about non-token artifacts, so I don't think so. I have so many 3-drops in this deck, man. Maybe this is fine just because it's a fucking thing that costs 2, like 1 mana a lot of the time. I think I'm more likely to play it than another Gremlins. I have too many of those. Precise Strike is fine. Don't think the Whirler's coming back, unfortunately. Nope. Pillar Bug is playable. Yeah. Kind of fizzled out a little bit towards the end. Wow, this is ridiculous that this is still here. I don't need another copy of Walker. I have 2 of them. I think Hijack's a trap. I think the card's pretty bad, honestly. This was almost very good. Like, double World Fast Engineer with 2 of each of these is like a very aggressively slanted curve. The Fatal Push is obviously the nuts. There's 3 copies of Welding Sparks. Like, it's a very reasonable deck, but it's a couple of cards short of being an actively good deck. Which is unfortunate, but fine. You can't always have a 10 out of 10. Okay, so 11 creatures currently. We're so heavy on 3, and we have like no top end, so I'm almost certainly playing a Reservoir Walker, just as a bit of tech. I don't need the Spire because I am not splashing, I don't think. And I really don't want to play a Live Fast because I have so many 3s. These aren't really 3s, I guess. They're just removal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actual creatures on 3. Let's take a look at it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I forgot about these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there is a ton. I'd really like another 2-drop if I have something remotely 2-drop orientated. Implement. I don't want to play a Skygate. The puzzle knot might be fine, honestly, because there's a load of X1s in the format. I don't think the requisition is very good. I just don't have enough ways to trigger it. I think I'll take an implement. Deck's a little wonky. Let's try and win some games with it. We will try. Definitely not our best deck of the night anyway. This is fine. It would like to draw a creature, but you don't mull this hand. It's perfectly reasonable. Ether Chase is a good one. Happy to see that. That's also a pretty good one. This would have been a sick curve if this could attack, but it can't until next turn, unfortunately, because I need to punch my way through this damn Etherborn. Green-black. Attune with Ether, sure. Maybe more than green-black, but no, looks to just be green-black. Please stop hovering over my creatures, I don't like it. Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Opponent, what did I just tell you? Goodbye, world-fast engineer. You did your best. Okay. Well, not as an aggressive a start as it would have been, but I'm going to blow this up and lock the forest down. Then make a servo. Drawing the second World-Fast Engineer would be fantastic. I would like that. Prophetic Prism. I'm going to put a stop on my upkeep here to crack the Renegade map. Go fetch another black source. Draw for my turn. Another Poisoner. Okay, that's actually not too bad. So Poisoner number 1 so that I can make another servo off of the Chaser. And I guess I just play this and pop it, right? You discard a card, I draw a card. If my opponent has relevant creatures, we're in some trouble. Like, big bodies may be an issue, but we might be okay otherwise. Wild Wanderer. I can still attack into that one. Ooh. Vengeful Rebel. Alright, well, let's see if my opponent chooses to block a 1/1. I'll make another one. If that World-Fast Engineer had survived, I would have been so happy. But it did not. So these servos are small. Alright, well, we're doing a reasonable job at going around, but Opponent is green. It's very easy for them just to have a big idiot. Just has some dorks. Aether's Chaser still attacks fine into these. I will keep a Fatal Push. It's pretty good. Boop. Yeet. Alright, have like no creatures, please. Essence Extraction is a rather good one. A mountain is not. Running out of steam here. Need some more steam. Opponent has a vehicle they can't currently crew. That is not steam, deck. Really need some action to just close this out. Please. 4 mana removal spell on my Poisoner. You got it. Deck, please. I need to get over the line. That counts. That's bodies. That is in fact multiple bodies. Servo beats. Servo beats! Never in doubt. 1-1 beats get us over the line. Rough beats, opponent. They got plenty of artifacts. Do I have good ways of handling that? Not really. I don't think they're a deck I want Mind Rot against. So, just going to run this back as it is. Definitely thought we were in trouble after that that engineer bit the bullet. But servos crawling their way over the line there was enjoyable. Anemic 1-1 beatdowns. The way to go. Love it. Oh. Try and take game 2 in a similar fashion, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Opponent sideboarding into a different deck, maybe, based on how long it's taking them to sideboard him. Hopefully we'll be underway in just a moment. Fingers crossed. Nice. Alright, more draws like the last one would be great. Aether Chaser into Engineer is definitely our like best curve. Best start we can have. This hand is kind of weird. Think I have to mull it, unfortunately. That is better. It would like to find land number 3. But it has that magical little curve we're talking about. I think the pillar bug's going back. Alright, so we're on for Chaser into Engineer again, hopefully. I don't want to see Gifted Aetherborn. That would be very rude. No Aetherborn so far. Alright, now I just need to see nothing that blocks my Aether Chaser, please. That does not block my Aether Chaser. That is fine. I will keep Chandra's Revolution, actually. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I do have land 4 rolled up in a couple of turns' time, theoretically. Alright, let's make a servo. And then hopefully we can start beating people to death. God damn it, why does this never survive? They never want to let me pump my artifact tokens. Poisoner here is going to let me make another servo. No luck on the engineer being alive, but we're looking okay here. Untethered Express. This card is dangerous. Dangerous. This is a sorcery, sadly. But I do have Built to Smash. Sure. So opponent's like definitely going to crew, right? If they don't, I'll just Precise Strike instead. Sure. If they crew, I'm happy to kill through this. If they don't, I'll just use the Precise Strike. They do crew. Where are you blocking? Please block the Chaser. Please block the Chaser. Block it. Built to Smush. Crunch. Combat tricks are very good with Ether Chaser. First Strike is a heck of a keyword. Aetherborn Marauder. That is probably going to die, if I'm being honest. Let's crack this map, fetch a red source. No counters to move for the opponent. Gremlins. So all my attacks are just fine here again. If they block both, it looks a little awkward, but it's fine otherwise. Like if both of these block, I should say. Otherwise, I am fine. Opponent chooses not to do that, which is great. So we'll just give this first strike and push through. And now this is flying lifelink, right? So I kind of just want to smack this down. But I think I was going to build a board more. Reevaluate from next turn. If I draw a cheap, like a 1-mana artifact, for example, I would rather have this in play. Opponent gains 2, plays a cavalry. Okay, I need to punch through that now. So, glad I held on to this. Land, sure. Okay, I need to find some top end or some help to get over the line here. Some more energy would be lovely. The engineer would be great. As we're struggling just a little bit to finish our opponent off again. We seem to be pretty good at getting good starts, but we're missing a little bit of the extra gas to kind of like keep our foot on the pedal, which is an appropriate acronym because vehicles. It is close. Definitely a razor thin one, this one. Think you are likely getting traded for here either way. So, happy to make this attack. Would love to have had another energy maker or two. These guys have gotten in for so many attacks that haven't made servos just from not having anything to make energy with. Opponent's on 4. Let's try and sneak our way over the line here. Renegade map. Yep. Demolition, okay. Oh, I would love to have drawn that a second ago. Cannot kill this Marauder currently. They're on 3. Technically, I'm doing 1 point of damage per turn at the moment. Exactly 1. No. I need to stop drawing lands, please. Spell would be great. Opponent also flooding out by the looks of it. Oh no. Put you to 1. Come on. Come on. Demolition means they're still alive. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I can fatal push this now. And it dies. And then they die to servos, right? They should just get killed by 2/1/1s here. Hey, got there. Alright, 1-0 so far, which means yet another free booster pack going out to you lovely folks that are joining me tonight for the draft streams. Let's get this code typed up for you. What letter is that? That's very unclear. Alright. Good start to this deck. Deck's, as I say, not quite there, but certainly good enough. So happy to see it. Good luck to whoever claims that one. Enjoy yourself. Yet another free booster pack. And we'll move on to round number 2 over here. Round number 2s. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. That's nice. This is not an exit, our opponent, apparently. This is not a hand we can keep. Also, sadly. This is more reasonable. I actually think it's probably the Gremlins that goes. Would love to draw one of our 2-drops to kind of smooth this out a little bit. 2-drop would be very helpful in smoothing. Consulate Skygate is mildly annoying, but also not very good. So, that's right. Opponent's just full of walls, apparently, which is going to be kind of annoying for our deck to get through. Because we are slightly aggressively slanted, even though this hand wouldn't tell you that much. Opponent will turn this into a 1/4. I think I'm pretty happy just blocking here. There shouldn't be anything to really punish me. Nice. I'm going to blow up this damn tortoise before it gets out of hand. No good attacks here, sadly. Engineer can't push through by itself. Fatal push. That's a good one. Boop. Let's start attacking and holding up some welding sparks. Impeccable timing. Now I need to draw a creature. That is a creature. Okay. Opponent with a full hand over there. Kind of expecting another impeccable timing here. Would be less than ideal, but kind of expected. Let's make some 1/1s off of this enthusiast. Oop. I love the little animation, by the way, for the fabrication. I think it's really classy. Looks very tidy. Hinterland Drake, sure. So I guess I would rather schematics and blow this up than recast the Walker this turn. It's a better use of my mana, I think. Crunch, crunch. Opponent is done playing Magic, okay. Well, I didn't see an awful lot about their deck there, so there's really no informed changes we can make. So I'm just going to go to game 2. Hopefully pick up the nice swift 2-0. This hand is more than fine. It's somewhere between fine and good. Thriving Turtle probably earns a Fatal Push, as annoying as that is. This card is not very good, but we don't handle it very well, and it blocks our entire deck. So I'm just going to respect the Turtle, and I'm going to kill it. I have lost an embarrassingly large number of games to like 3/8 turtles that I can't kill. So, respect the tortoise. Opponent picks up a Skygate off of their Glintnest Crane. Plays it. Does not play a land. Yikes. Sorry, opponent. That's rough. Speaking of things that are rough, we're actually not doing an awful lot this turn. Can't trigger Revolt easily this turn, so I'm just going to play the Renegade map and pass. And then hopefully turn on Rebel next turn to punch through something. Probably the Skygate, but maybe the Crane. Cogworkers. Okay, now it's probably just the Crane, because I can't get good attacks in anyway. So, pop. This is not an Artificer, sadly. So, we'll fetch a red. Kill a Crane. I need to preserve the nature. That's a good way of looking at it. Just got to deal with the thriving turtle. Make sure the nature stays safe. Don't want it doing anything that it shouldn't. Eating random birds and stuff. Opponent just mana screwed and doesn't want to play. So 2-0 it is. That just means yet another free pack for one of you lovely folks. Let's go with an Ikoria one this time around. Ikoria Booster. Really quick match there, mainly because our opponent didn't play a ton of Magic. So hard to gauge. Gauge very much from that. Code for Ikoria Booster. There you go. Someone enjoy that. Enjoy the free booster pack. Let me know what you open if you decide to claim it. And we'll try and play our 3-0 match and try and pick up some prizes with this red-black deck. That'd be really sweet. Glacial Winter, our last opponent for the day. See if we can take this one down. This hand is fine, a little unexciting, but perfectly fine. Kind of would like to draw one of our other 2-drops so I can hold the schematic for after Gremlins. But if I don't draw a Chaser or a Poisoner or something similar, I'll just cast it. Okie dokie. Montana, off you go. Alright, that's not a 2-drop, sadly. That's just another land. So, schematic, make a 1/1. Sage of Shalia's Claim. That's interesting. I think I now don't attack with the 1/1, so that I can engineer it next turn and push it through with Built to Smash for like loads of damage. Heart of Kirin, yikes! That is a beefcake. Hopefully they can't crew it for a little while. I can only hope. Please don't crew it for a while. All right, attacks. See if my opponent chooses to block in any way. They just don't. They just straight up don't block. Alright. That's also fine. Seed Sculptor. Yep. Another Seed Sculptor. But I'm going to attack with the heart, or they're going to leave it back? They are attacking with it. Interesting. I guess they can crew it again, in fairness. Not that I'm massively worried about that. I need to stop drawing lands. I need spells. This attack is fine. We'll see how my opponent chooses to block. Please create the heart, Kieran. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, the grand old Duke of Bonk. Built to smash. Smashy, smashy. Goodbye, Harkirin. That is a lot of damage not going at my opponent's face, though, which is a little unfortunate given how anemic our draw has become. We are on all lands from here. Really would like some spells. Arborback Stomper is what we refer to in the industry as an issue. That is another mana source. Oh dear. My mortal nemesis, Big Green Idiot. Fast Monitor, you got it. Right, opponents on empty now as well. The problem is they still have significantly more than I do. I think I take this and get this thing out of play. Trade the engineer for it. Chandra's Revolution. That's pretty good. It's actually kind of closest to who I'm supposed to kill, though. Wish I'd had this a second ago, or I would have taken the trade, but mistakes were made. I think this thing is going to be more annoying, so it's going to prove difficult to block, so I'm going to kill it and tag the Ether Hub. But, desperately in need of some creatures here. Artifact or two probably wouldn't hurt. Wow, opponent just getting in there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage if I keep this alive? Sure. I can't beat a combat trick anyway. I think this is fine. Okay. It's hard to win any game where you draw 9 lands and 4 spells. Kind of unfortunate. Well, a bit late on the Fatal Push front, unfortunately. We are still technically alive for now. Do we get another turn? We do. That is a poisoner. That will keep us alive, assuming it doesn't die. Opponent has 4 cards in hand somehow. Well, I have to block, unfortunately. No choice in the matter. That is another Ether Poisoner. Alright, well, we're somehow not dead. Although I'm not entirely sure how that's possible. Gremlins. Is my opponent just like uber flooded over there as well? If they're uber flooded, that would make some sense, but they've not been playing any lands. Should have played some, probably. They're somehow just not doing anything. Lord knows how. But, we're not only alive, but possibly even ahead. Voltaic Brawler. Yep. I'm going to kill that. Cast this pre-combat, so I can juice this Gremlins up. And does that kill my opponent? Excuse me? How did we win that game? I legitimately don't know how on God's green earth we won that game. We take those. We absolutely take those. He must have done. Like, he died with three cards in his hand? I guess they must have just all been lands. That's incredible. Like, a little puzzling, but pretty incredible. I'm a little worried about this matchup in general, to be honest. I think our opponent's quite big in their creature size, which is going to be a little difficult for us to get through most of the time. But we'll try. We'll try and take game 2 in a similar fashion and get the 3-0 with this deck. That'd be great. I unfortunately don't think I can keep this. It doesn't do anything. This is better. Alright. Hopefully Ether Chaser can do a little bit of work here, because it's going to have to carry us just a smidge. Has the Heart of Kieran again. That one is scary, I'll be honest. It's not overly easy for us to punch through a Heart of Kieran. We got lucky to be able to build to smash through it last time. Frontline Rebel. Are you going to hit me? That's the question. Because if you hit me with this, there's a chance that I'm supposed to attack with Ether Chaser and then pass next turn so that I can Welding Sparks down the Heart of Kieran. But this is we're definitely behind here. Again, like, creatures with more than 3 toughness are a real issue for us. Yeah. So, seeing the 4-4, especially on turn 2, in both games, I might add. But turn 3 in game 1, I think. But it's just been very problematic, and it makes us play very off-curve to manage to stay alive and, like, deal with those threats. And it worked the first time, but opponent's star is very aggressive here. And it's a little harder for it to work the second time. I think this is a fine block, honestly. This isn't doing anything for us being alive. That's interesting. The Vengeful Rebel might be rather good, but I kind of need to be the aggressor for it to be good. I'm going to hold this back now so that I hold off the Infiltrator, because it's just a free block as things stand. But I kind of need a way of sacking my own thing, or for my opponent to kill my stuff during my turn. Unfortunately, they have a Harness Lightning for the Chaser here. Typical Gruul player. Yeah, he's got some good removal. He's got some aggressive creatures. He's doing a good job, honestly. Doing a good job. I'm just going to chump block with the 0-1 here. I can't pick this up in my deck, so it's just the body now. Okay. Welding Sparks number 2. Do I reckon my opponent trades a servo for the 3-2? If they don't block, how bad does it look for me? Not massively bad, honestly. So I think I'm going to take this attack and try and convince my opponent that blocking is a good idea. They unfortunately don't believe me. So gonna Sparks this down now. Would love to draw any of my permanent. I'd love the Engineer. The Engineer would be great here. Alternatively, if my opponent takes this trade is very good for me. He just doesn't. Dude just does not want to trade. Alright, I'm playing the body. I don't think I can try and pull that trick forever. Just make a 4-4 here. Opponent still has 5 cards because they've been stuck on lands, which is terrifying because we are out of gas again. That Precise Strike is not a bad draw. In fact, that is actively a fantastic draw. Okay. Opponent looks like they might have gone from flooded to screwed. Need to get this finished before they unscrew. That is going to make a big enough creature to kill this rebel. What are you attacking for? I'm a little confused by that. Okay, this is closer than I thought it was going to be. Opponent finds land number 4, which they should have by now, in fairness. Finds the Wild Wanderer. Stop on my upkeep here to pop the map. I think this attack is fine. Draw for turn. Draw a Built to Smash. Well, that's interesting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if my opponent doesn't block, they would kill me on the way back. If they don't block, they die though, so let's make them do it. Yeah, if he didn't block this, he died. So now I just take this, take 2 positive trades, put my opponent to 2. Say go. Finds land 6. Arbor back Stomper. Oh my god, that sucks so bad. Did not want to see that. That is like the worst card for our opponent to have there. Yet another Seed Sculptor. How many of these do you have? I think we've seen 2 in each game so far. Dragster. Yikes. Yeah. So the plan here is take 6 damage, draw Engineer, Engineer kills my opponent. Oh, this has trample, right? Okay, I'm just dead. That's fine. Anticlimactic. But also fine. Game 3 it is. When both creatures have trample, you can't do that. You just die. Oh well. Game 3 then for all the marbles. No dice on the 7, unfortunately. 6 is reasonable. We can keep the 6. Think the Rebel is going to go. Think the Rebel is going to go. Okie dokie. Swamp. Off you go. Slow start for us, unfortunately, but packed with plenty of removal, so hopefully it'll be okay. Gremlins. Does not die at the end of turn, which is always helpful. Voltaic Brawler is going to die immediately, because that card is a problem. This Ether Chaser is going to do a good job at fueling this Gremlins, hopefully, moving forward. It's a good little draw. Turning on some chunks of damage off the 2 drops. Opponent not mana screwed this time, that's for sure. Long Tusk Carp, that's a big boy. Well, can be a big boy. You got some kind of fight effect here? Because that would really suck. Pyrohelix, that also sucks. Okay. Opponents makes their guy into a 3/3 ahead of time, which is literally irrelevant. Will sparks it down. Okay, in need of more creatures again, unfortunately, because that Pyrohelix did take away one of our threats. Opponent plays a 2/3. Doesn't play a land. Renegade map is going to make me slightly larger this turn. In we go. Heroic Intervention. Not one I was expecting, but sure. Doesn't actually matter here too much. We trample over for a point. So again. Land number 5. Yeah, I'll take 2. Okay. Really would like a creature or 2 here, gonna be honest. Another creature or 2 would really help. Just can't quite draw very well today. Very average to below average draws in these last couple of games, which is unfortunate. Ruinous Gremlin. Sure. That's not bad at all. So let's make some dudes. And I think I unfortunately have to burn this Revolution to push damage through here. Otherwise my opponent can trade for this, which I really don't want them to do. Six. This does have trample, buddy. If you pop a servo, it doesn't... Okay, that's fine. Doesn't change the amount of damage they're taking. Okay. Really would like you to not have any relevant spells here. Infiltrator. Yep. Poisoner. Sure. Think I offer this trade now, then? Wouldn't surprise me to see the opponent take it. They do not. Okay. Sage of Shalia's Claim. Yep. Puts you to 3 energy. Nature's Way. That one's pretty good. That one is pretty good. Land is not so good, unfortunately. Attacking to make a servo really doesn't achieve very much, so I guess I'm waiting. Really would like to have drawn slightly better this game, honestly. We've been a little flooded in 2 of our games this match. Just a little. Destructive tampering on the 1/1. Okay, that's fine. I'll take 2. That is a good draw. So I'll attack now and I'll make a servo, because if my opponent wants to make this trade, I'm fine with that. They don't. I'll gain 3 life, make 3 energy. Riparian Tiger. Okay. More energy for my opponent. Just passes a turn. These will be no good attacks again, unfortunately. Opponent's just got a few too many chunky guys. Excuse me, a few too many chunky guys. Can't quite get through to do the last little bits of damage. Trying our best, but struggling to finish them off. Curry Zev's expertise is my poisoner. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. How do we win this game? Like that? I guess we win the game like that. That will in fact kill my opponent. That is pretty sickening. What a draw step. Wow. Crazy game towards the end there. And we get the 3-0, which is great. Absolutely stellar to be able to pick up a 3-0. We'll finish off the evening with one more code for you lovely folks that have been chilling with me all night then. To redeem for your pleasure, grab yourselves some free stuff. Like a champ, exactly. It was a really good game, that one. I really enjoyed it, honestly. So one final code then for this evening. There we go. Whoever manages to grab that one, enjoy it and claim it and enjoy your free stuff.